This man has a singular advantage over other men. Ben Richards is immune to every known disease, including old age. Periodic transfusions of his blood can give other men a second, a third lifetime, perhaps more.
Find Ben Richards.
The effects of a transfusion are only temporary. I must therefore control Ben Richards' life permanently.
He's the most valuable man in the world, but he's no good to me dead.
His brother may have the same kind of blood. We've got to find him before Richards does.
If you had $1 million blood, where would you hide?
I didn't ask for this. I was a test driver. I liked the job. One day the doctor told me I had some kind of special blood. I don't understand it. But I know this. Everything they're offering, I don't want. I gotta live free.
Ben Richards will live longer than anyone has ever lived. But a transfusion to the wrong man could make him a prisoner for all time. And so he runs from the hunters, the human hounds who would cage him.
How long will it take to get a new water pump?
5, maybe 6 hours. They have to send it here from Peabody. You got business in Rio Seco or just passing through?
I was looking for the Adams Ranch. My brother and I spent the summer there when we were kids.
That's funny. There was a couple of guys in here yesterday looking for the Adams Ranch. And for someone named Richards.
Is that so?
Yeah, land speculators, unless I miss my guess. Business types anyway. They sure weren't ranchers.
Is there any place I can eat around here?
Yeah, a cafe straight down the street. Check back with me after a while.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think he's here.
He's here, all right.
It's the end of the road, Mr. Richards. Come on out. Make it easy on yourself. All right, Mr. Richards. We'll do it your way. Fletcher said no shooting.
There's a lot of bread for us out there.
All right, aim for his legs. I said his legs!
you back there.
Miss Annie, come here, quick.
Miss, I need a ride.
I'm afraid I'm not going very far along the main road.
That's all right. As long as it's out of town.
Stay in the truck.
Well, thank you.
Look, if you'll sit down, I'll take a look at your shoulder.
It's nothing.
Sit down, please.
Hi.
What I saw before, I think it's gonna need a tourniquet. Bleeding's practically stopped. That's not possible. I'd still better put something on it.
I don't get it.
Get what?
Well, free ride, free treatment, no questions.
You complaining?
No.
If you wanted me to know, you'd tell me. If you didn't, you'd lie. Hold that.
Do this very well.
I'm used to handling America's walking wounded. Got all my training at cocktail parties in Houston. That's why I came here. Try and find some people with real problems.
You work in Rio Seco?
Temporarily. I'm one of those dedicated volunteers you read about. Teach the Chicano children, listen to the old folks tell me their troubles. And I tell them to wait and be patient, and things are bound to get better.
Will they?
No. That's why little Annie Simpson Williams is turning in her torch. Just didn't take.
Is he one of your students?
Not really. He slips in every few days for an hour or two. It's taken me 3 months just to find out he lives somewhere up in the mountains. Monday, he told me that his grandfather was sick and needed medicine, so I got together what supplies I couldn't offer to help. He didn't want me to come along at first, but I finally convinced him.
I don't think you convinced him very well.
Luis! Luis, come back!
Get in, I'll drive.
Luis, put that down.
Just let me by.
We're not gonna hurt you. You know that. You're welcome to that stuff. Why'd you run?
Nobody is supposed to come with me. Nobody. It is forbidden. I will be punished.
No. No one's gonna punish you. We're gonna take you back. We'll both take you back. Hey, I tell you what. How'd you like riding it back?
Is it okay?
Sure, it's all right. Come on.
Come on. Hello, I'm Annie Williams.
Brought him here? Where'd you find him?
Nothing like that. He's been coming to school down at Rio Seco.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here before I tie your hide. Go!
Look, wait a minute. This young lady's a school teacher. And all she did was bring some medical supplies.
If we need medical supplies, we'll get them ourselves. The boy shouldn't have been bothering you. I'll see to it doesn't happen again.
I want to see the boy's grandfather.
Rodriguez has a slight fever. It's nothing we can't handle.
Are you in pain?
Much pain. I have much pain here.
How long has he been sick?
I don't know. Week, 10 days?
He's burning up with fever. He needs to be in a hospital. Would you take off his shirt, please?
Louise, why don't you go out to the truck, take the groceries and put them in some shake? Look at his chest.
So? You got a rash?
Typhoid?
I'm not sure. I saw some cases being treated by the Navy medics.
Mr. Rodriguez, we're going to take you down the mountain. Do you feel up to it?
In his shape, it'd kill him.
No. I must stay here.
Well, do you have a telephone?
No. I'll send someone for a doctor.
All right, tell him to bring some equipment for a blood transfusion.
What are you going to do about them? Maybe we ought to just get out of here.
Let's go back to the office.
Luis has told me a lot about you, Mr. Rodriguez. He's a very talented boy.
A good boy. He must be free.
Free?
Here, let me do this. I'll take care of Mr. Rodriguez. As of now, this house is quarantined. Why don't you go find Louise?
You're trying to protect me, aren't you?
No, just returning a favor.
It's the trouble with heroes. They always think they're immune to everything.
No, not everything. Just more than you are. Come on, get out of here.
Where you been? I've been looking for you. You all right?
Don't touch me.
Okay, I won't touch you. What's the matter, Luis?
The old man's gonna die, ain't he?
Not if we can help it. He's got a good chance.
He says I made the old man sick.
Who says?
Gomez, he works in the mine.
Just how are you supposed to have made your grandfather sick?
He said I had no business going out to school down there. He said the old man got sick just so I would be punished.
And who's doing the punishing?
El Señor?
God?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
I don't know. Gomez don't tell lies.
Will you listen to me if I tell you something? We think your grandfather has typhoid fever. Now, we could have caught it from drinking polluted water, or he might have caught it from somebody who was carrying the disease.
But why him? Why not somebody else?
I can't answer that. But God isn't punishing you for getting an education, Luis, for making something of yourself. Your grandfather agreed to it, remember?
Then maybe it's because I was thinking of leaving here for good.
After the doctor comes, and when your grandfather's feeling better, I'll talk to him about it.
Do you really think a doctor's gonna come?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I gotta go get some water for number 3 crew.
I managed to wangle 1 cup of coffee.
Thank you. Well, what's gonna happen to you now? Back to Houston and the cocktail party?
Why not? My little candle won't be missed in all this darkness. You don't show much sympathy for me, do you?
I'm not sure of sympathy I feel toward you.
Well, thank you. Restores my faith in my femininity. I don't suppose Houston's on your schedule in the near future.
Well, it's a little out of my way, but you never know.
How's he doing?
I don't know. I can't figure out what's holding that doctor.
Luis asked me if I really thought he'd come. Luis doesn't believe he will.
I'm through waiting for the doctor.
You're a kind-hearted man and you want to do good, right? So why don't you stay here for a day or two? Nobody will bother you. Hey, so long as you mind your own business and don't get into any trouble.
You're keeping me here?
That's right.
Why?
That's my business.
What about the doctor?
He's not coming.
Why isn't he?
I didn't send for him.
Do you know what you're doing? Do you have any idea?
I make the decisions here, see? No one else. But you've got a choice, easy or hard.
Well, I'm easy. It's your problem. You live with it.
Hard.
Where is everybody?
The old man died last night.
We can't do anything more for him. Let's get back to work.
going on here?
Ramos will tell you.
Can't you talk for yourself?
The company that owns this mine, they moved out because there wasn't enough for a big operation. But there's plenty for us.
So no one knows you're here?
Yeah, a couple of guys down at the mill, but they don't mind bootlegging ore. Ramos made the deal. He knows everybody's on the take.
I see Ramos gets a big car. What do you get?
Look, man, you're wasting your time. Ramos is the first good thing to come along here in 20 years. He's got the guts to try to make things better.
And how long do you figure before someone finds out?
Well, Ramos figures 2 more days, and then we got the getaway money we need.
Getaway? To where?
Well, another mine like this. Who knows? Ramos will tell us.
And has Ramos figured what's going to happen to you if you die of typhoid before that?
We all die sooner or later. I got nothing to lose.
You'd really use that gun if I try to get away, huh?
Ramos says for you to stay. You're going to stay.
I gotta talk to Ramos. You know, one good sneeze and the whole place is coming down.
We don't have time to wait. Bring the dynamite up here. Oh, get me some coffee.
What about him?
He's not going anywhere. Get the coffee. You know about us, right? The whole deal here?
Yeah.
I should have spotted you from the first. All right, how much you want to keep your mouth shut?
What are you talking about?
Don't try to hustle me. You're talking to an expert. Just tell me how much you want. I pay the guy I rent my trucks from so much a day to keep his mouth shut. I take a lower price at the mill so that they don't talk. So don't try to hustle me. Tell me how much you want.
Mr. Ramos?
¿Qué pasa, Mocos? What do you want?
You ain't mad at me no more?
Well, you broke the camp rules when you ran down to that school. You broke the rules. I got mad, so we're even. What's on your mind?
What was my grandfather's chef in the mine? I mean, before he got sick.
I don't know. I'd have to check on it. Noon to dark.
I want to work in his place.
In his place?
Yes.
Your grandfather was a good worker. You think you can keep up with the other men?
I think so.
All right. Yeah, we can give it a try.
I would like to start now, if you don't mind.
Nobody's working today. We're doing some blasting. We'll start you tomorrow, okay? Okay. How much?
You know, the old man didn't have to die.
He's lucky he lived to be 70. That's more than most people around here live. $100, not a penny more.
I'm not selling. What are you gonna do when your men die of typhoid? Give their women a few bucks?
I've decided it wasn't typhoid.
You decided.
There are 100 diseases floating around here. Any of them could have killed them. $150.
You know there are no symptoms to typhoid? You know when it hits hard. Man, you don't have a choice. You've got to call a doctor.
I don't have a choice. I can have you dumped in a dozen mine shafts around here. Nobody will ever find you. Hey, Martinez, stick with him. If he tries to run, shoot him. I'm the only one that has choices around here. You think it over.
You never make it, Ben.
What kind of country is it north of here?
Well, there's a bill in Congress to declare it a national wilderness area, if that gives you any idea.
I'm gonna have to go back down the way I came in.
You'd never get clear of here.
No, not during the day, but at night. Through there.
Ben, I want to show you something.
did these?
He's a very gifted child. I've always known that. I have a friend in Houston who's made a specialty of teaching gifted children. Ramos wants to help him.
Ramos?
He's very fond of the boy, and he's willing to give him a chance to make something better of his life. He's gonna let me take him home with me. I could adopt him.
Did you talk to Louis about this?
He doesn't know what he wants. It's a bad time for him. And he's confused. But I can handle that. It's a good idea, Ben. I know it is. Oh, Ben, I'm beaten. These problems were here 100 years ago, and they'll still be here long after Annie Williams is gone. But they could be one small victory for me.
Annie, you don't have to sell me.
But I do. I have to make you believe in this just as much as I do.
You take the boy out, and then you don't say anything about what's going on here. Is that it?
He's willing to give Luis a chance. That's quite a concession for a man like Ramos.
Ramos is the worst kind of chiseler. He'd risk his own people for the work he can get on him. First, Rodriguez dies of typhoid fever, and
You don't know that. You're not a doctor.
I know enough that you can't take a chance on it.
Then will you wait until I get Luis away from here? Please, Ben. I'm sorry. I'm confusing things. This isn't the time for that.
Hey, man, come on over here where I can see it.
You want to see me?
One of my drivers was in Rio Seco today.
So?
2 men were looking for you. They weren't fuzz. What kind of trouble you in?
That's my business.
You got guts, I gotta say that for you. Look, I can make a deal with those 2, maybe even pick up a little change doing it. But I'm gonna give you another deal. I'll have Martinez drive you anywhere you want after we're finished here. Nobody will know where you went.
You're still trying to buy.
That's what it's all about, right? I can't live for you. You can't live for me. Sigue por aquí abajo. Ustedes sigan por aquí. Oye, síguelo por aquí y para allá. Ay, mire, ustedes cojan para allá y cojan para aquí. Y usted por ahí directo. Síguelo.
Don't shoot! It won't do you any good if you kill him.
Gave him every chance, every opportunity. 48 lousy hours, that's all we want.
If you found him, you wouldn't hurt him.
Honey, nobody wants to hurt your friend. All we want to do is make a buck. Walk out of here with a little something. You know what I mean? Síguelo por ahí.
It's a good thing the girl told us. We could have been looking for him in the hills all night.
Why don't you want to go?
I told you, I want to take my grandfather's place in the mine.
You out of your head? You're being offered a great deal. Go back east with a nice Anglo lady.
No.
Didn't they teach you to listen at that school you went to? The mine is going to be all over in a few days. No more work. Then what are you going to do?
I'll go along with you.
With me, huh? Yeah.
You got a pretty good life. You got a good car and everybody likes you.
You know how I got that car? Anybody ever tell you?
No.
I hustled a man in a card game. I was flat broke. And it's a good thing I won or he would have killed me. And now I got to hustle out a worn-out mine that doesn't even belong to me. So I can get enough money so I can hustle another deal someplace else. And you call that a good life. And you know why I got to keep hustling? Because that's all I know how to do. I don't have any education. But I know a good deal when somebody offers it to me.
You mean like going with her?
Oh. If somebody had offered me a deal like that when I was your age. But you gotta make up your own mind. What's it gonna be? Are you gonna do something to help all of us or not?
My things are up at the house.
Go get them. What are you waiting for?
Thank you. I want to explain things to you. I don't know how to start.
Ramos is letting you have the boy. What else is there to say?
I didn't turn you in just to make a trade, Dan.
What then?
I didn't want to see you hurt. They would have killed you. Please believe that, man. Please.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yes. I want the boy. I want to believe in something. But it wasn't only that. That was kind and sympathetic. Thank you.
Wasn't meant to be sympathetic. I guess I'm a little out of practice.
Oh, Ben, tell me what to do.
First chance you get, I want you to go to a doctor. Take the boy. Tell him you were exposed to typhoid.
What about you?
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. But don't you take a chance.
You really care what happens to me?
Of course I care. Now, where do I find you when this is all over?
I'm going to Houston with Louise. Call on Eleanor Harper there. She's in the book. She'll know where to find me.
Eleanor Harper, Houston. Okay. Now get out of here. Go on.
Ben! Ben, come quick!
Louise.
I'm going to die, huh?
No, you're not gonna die. We're gonna get a doctor for you.
No, wait. Don't bring anybody up here. Mr. Ramos got to keep the mine running. Don't bring anybody, okay? I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid.
You looked at the boy. How is he?
He's very sick. He said he's not afraid to die.
When we clear the men, we'll blast the number 3.
Now listen to me. That kid is burning up with fever. You've got to call a doctor.
He'll get his doctor when the time comes.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
48 hours. We need 6 more loads to make our 10 tons. That's the minimum that the mill will accept. No, hold it! Hey, you men, stay back! Come with me. Richards! Richards!
Over here, Amos.
For the love of...
You better check the rest of the mine. I don't want any men in here when I seal it up.
Now, you listen.
Yo, wait, do what he says. All right, check tunnel 3. I don't like to be told what to do.
Well, that kid's getting a doctor. Or I'm ending this business once and for all.
You're bluffing.
No, I'm not bluffing.
Everybody's moved out.
All right, now clear the area. Bring the car around to the mine entrance.
I gave your girlfriend what she wanted, a souvenir of the Chicanos. Now, what do you want?
I want the car and the rifle.
Go out, tell the men to clear the area.
What about the car?
Never.
You got 10 minutes to change your mind. That's far enough.
Now I see what you're all about. You're one of these crazy men out to save the world. The great Anglo-American hero, huh?
It's not like that.
No?
Ben's doing what he thinks he has to do. And he's right in what he's after. I think you know that.
Right. What do you know about what's right? You come here for a year, you look around at the Chicanos, and you say, oh, these poor, ignorant people. Maybe I can teach one of them to draw pictures and live the good Anglo middle-class life. And then you go back where you came from. Hot water, clean sheets, color television. and you feel very worthwhile, all souped up, full of your own importance, but nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Nothing.
That suits you. She fails, and that suits you fine. But what about that boy?
We'll take care of him.
But he comes second.
Oh, nobody comes first.
No? Money comes first. Let me tell you something, Ramos. There are 1,000 ways to make money, and 100 new hustles. If that's what you want. But who's gonna give that kid back his life when he loses it? And he will, if you wait too long.
Take care of it. It's a good car.
Bring the car around the entrance.
Thank you.
That's the girl. Where is he?
I beg your pardon.
That's your truck, right?
What's this all about?
I don't want to argue with you. He was on the street 1 minute, and then he wasn't there anymore. And we covered the whole town, I'll guarantee that. And he wasn't there.
What's going on here?
You in charge here, friend?
What can I do for you?
We're looking for somebody. A man that came up here with a lady.
Are you police?
It's a private matter.
I got enough trouble with my own. Come on in the office, huh?
The men who are looking for you, they're here.
I'll be right back.
Picking up time. Professional driver, what do you expect? Just keep him in sight. Sooner or later, he's got to stop. Might have been thrown clear on the ledge down there. We have to make sure. Climb down and take a look.
You gotta be kidding.
There's too much riding on this.
Well, then do it yourself.
Do what I say. Now climb down and take a look.
Throw him over. Now take off your shoes.
Now, wait a minute. Do what he says. You're being very dumb, man. Mr. Maitland's willing to pay anything you want for a certain number of transfusions. A couple of pints of blood every now and then, and you can live like a king for the rest of your life.
And after Maitland? Who? Who else?
I'll be a prisoner the rest of my life.
Throw the shoes over.
You're gonna have to do business sooner or later. There's no way out. No way.
I'm glad to see you.
So it's typhoid. The doc says he's gonna be all right. They want us all over at the cook shack for inoculations. Come on.
You go ahead, I'll be all right.
I'm not gonna take Luis away from his people. Maybe if I can work with him here, the rest can see it's possible what can be done.
So Annie Williams' candle didn't go out.
Just flickered.
What was that for?
Maybe thanks. Maybe to bring you back to me sometime.
Well, your car's at the bottom of a canyon. Mine's in a garage in Rio Seco. Smith's garage. They'll probably have it spotted by now, so it won't do me any good. I'll send you the papers.
You giving me your car?
Yeah. Listen, why don't you have a meeting with those mine owners? Tell them what you've been doing up there.
No, I don't ask anybody for help.
Yeah, and when it's offered, you turn your back. Look, there are a lot of good people out in that world, Dramus. These have the guts to give them a chance.
Okay. Now, why don't you come with me? Sit in on the meeting.
It won't solve my problem.
You gotta be something else.
Take care.
You gotta have a hustle somewhere. An angle. You expose yourself to the fever. The mine could have collapsed on you. We could have killed you. And you wind up giving me your car. Where's the percentage?
Look around. Maybe you'll figure it out yourself.